The annual Raul Jimenez Thanksgiving dinner is looking for volunteers. So it helps feed tens of thousands of people every year. VIA is offering free rides to the event, which will be at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center on Thanksgiving Day. So if you want to sign up to be a volunteer, head to rauljimenezdinner.com.
All right, time now, 8:57, 62 degrees.
We'll be right back. We want to get back to some of that late breaking news we first brought you at the end of our show. So this is a live look. It's happening right now on the city's southwest side at Scott at Medio Creek on Excellence Drive. It's an apartment complex. You can see that fog kind of just kicking in. This is right outside of Loop 410 near Old Pearsall Road. What we know right now is that one person has died after a shooting, and SAPD now has someone in custody.
It happened just before 8 a.m. Like we've been saying, this is a live scene. Our photojournalist Alexis is out there. SAPD telling us that a woman and her new boyfriend were spending the morning together. The ex showed up. Apparently there's an altercation, and the ex is alleged to have shot and killed the new boyfriend.
So police say the woman and the suspect have children together and have been separated for about a year and a half. We'll bring you more updates on air and online as we get more information. And
as you can see, that fog, it's rolling in, and it's not in just the southwest side of town. Taking a live look out at the Alamo City, I mean, it's really pervasive around the city. 62 degrees. If you do plan to drive around, make sure to be smart, drive safely. 9 a.m. this morning. It is Saturday, November 4th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us.
Good morning.
And as you saw the fog, I guess Mia Montgomery joined us this morning. Mia, is that fog going to go away?
It is going to go away, especially by late morning. And we're actually going to see a little bit more sunshine this afternoon. And once we do, temperatures are going to warm up very quickly, closing in on about 80 degrees this afternoon. But yes, that's been the big story this morning, is that fog, specifically here in San Antonio, parts of Bexar County, and pointing off to the east. You can see up in Kerrville and just out west in Hondo, no issues. Visibility is fine. But as you move into the San Antonio area, visibility is at about a quarter of a mile up to 1 mile over at SA International. So yes, be careful on the roadways. This is the view with live cam looking towards the airport. You can see we do have the lowered ceilings there, and temperatures holding to the 50s and low 60s, just depending on where you are. If you have some of those clear skies, especially north and west of San Antonio, not dealing with as much fog, temperatures are in the 50s. But for us here in San Antonio and even in New Braunfels, low 60s right now. Now, later on today, as we were talking about a little bit earlier, once we start to see this fog dissipate, lifts on out of here, we see a little bit more sunshine take back over, temperatures are going to respond by cranking up pretty quickly. So we're near 70 degrees already at lunchtime. And then later on this afternoon, we've got a forecast high around 80, winds out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that will be the theme today for any first half of the weekend plans that you have out and about. Looking ahead to tomorrow, very similar. Some patchy fog is expected in the morning. Highs climb to about 80 yet again, but humidity is going to continue to pump into south central Texas. So next week is going to be warm and it's going to be muggy. It also starts off pretty dry, but by the end of next week, that's when we're expected to see our next cold front work into south central Texas. Yes, it does look to bring it another batch of some cooler air and cooler temperatures for next weekend, but it also looks to spark up a few rain chances. So we'll talk about that setup and what we'll be monitoring in the days ahead coming up in just a few, guys.
Thank you, Mia. Well, San Antonio is Military City USA, and the Texas Access to Justice Foundation provided grant funding to 13 nonprofit organizations that offer civil legal services to our veterans. Last year, their efforts combined with the San Antonio Legal Services Association helped more than 6,300 Texas veterans. Their services range from consumer law, housing law, veterans benefits, bankruptcy, and even criminal record expunction.
The city of San Antonio will add 50 more police officers to its department over the next 3 years, thanks to a federal grant giving over $6 million. The grant was awarded by the DOJ and the Office of Community-Oriented Policing Services. San Antonio Police Chief William McManus said the grant funds will also allow for improved relationships with the community and proactive policing. For more statements and a history of those grants given, just look for this article on KSAT.com.
Well, the Supreme Court has agreed to consider a federal ban on devices that allow semi-automatic rifles to shoot off quicker. Those devices, better known as bump stocks. Now, federal appeals courts, well, they've been split on whether a federal bump stock ban is legal. It prompted President Joe Biden to petition the Supreme Court to consider the ruling. This ruling could decide if bump stocks should be classified as machine guns under the National Firearms Act. The ATF qualified them as machine guns back in 2018 and then banned bump stocks a year later. The man who brought the case before the court bought 2 bump stocks in April of 2018 before the ATF issued its final ruling, but turned in the devices in March of 2019. That same day, he filed a suit in Texas challenging the ban.
Vaping not just popular among adults, but also middle school students. 1 out of 4 students in middle school and high school use e-cigarettes every day. That's according to FDA and CDC. When you look at combined tobacco use for middle schoolers, the survey shows that there is an increase in overall tobacco use of about 2%. It is a little better for high schoolers. Here is an actual decrease of that age group of 4%. So when you combine middle and high school, about 1 in 10 students say they are currently using tobacco products. Most of those users prefer flavored e-cigarettes.
South San ISD getting another chance after a history of issues. It's actually gotten so bad that the Texas Education Agency almost took over the district.
And just this past week, one of the district's trustees was arrested, but now our Patty Santos shows us the district is getting the help it needs.
In a 50-page report, a 2-year Texas Education Agency investigation found the behavior by the South San ISD Board of Trustees was so unacceptable, a board of managers should step in. And that's the highest level of sanctions.
It is a rare intervention saved for the most extreme circumstances.
After an agreement, the TEA is putting in a conservator. For the next year, Abe Saavedra will be able to step in if trustees make detrimental decisions for the students or the district.
During that 12-month pause, to give the district a chance to prove to the commissioner that they can right the ship on their own.
Steve Leschler with the TEA says the root of the problem was how the Board of Trustees governed and how it impacted student success. For example, this week's arrest of a trustee for allegedly disrupting a school board meeting is noted.
The behaviors over the last month, certainly, we have seen, we've read about, and we have taken note of. Ultimately, to present to the commissioner. It's time for his reconsideration.
During the most recent board meeting on October 18th,
honestly, this is the best thing that could have happened to us.
Board members welcomed the placement of a conservator, saying this board is new and different.
I do have hope the adults on the South San board will be able to prove to the commissioner over the next 11 months that a board of managers isn't warranted.
Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Time now, 9:08, 62 degrees.
After the break, we'll tell you how you can celebrate Texas State Parks Day. That's happening tomorrow.
Weren't you just at a Texas State Park?
That one that was on your screen,
Hey.
Los Maples.
Look at that. All right. Oof. If you do want to celebrate, we're hoping that the weather tomorrow is better than what we're looking at right now. We're going to check in with Mia Montgomery for everything you need to know before you head out the door. Good morning and welcome back. All right, tomorrow you have an opportunity to enjoy, we'll say the nicer weather, hopefully nicer than the fog we're seeing today. Free admission to Texas State Parks. Remember, Texas State Parks. All in celebration of Texas State Parks Day. Free entry for tomorrow only. Reservations not even required. They are recommended since parks can actually reach capacity. There are 2 parks in our area, Garner State Park and Lost Maples State Natural Area. Sarah Costa, you were just at Lost Maples. How was it?
Okay, so Lost Maples between October and November is known for the red leaves. They have the red oak trees.
Like the foliage.
Right, but because of the drought, they're way behind and they don't even know if they're going to have like a full turn the leaves.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. So we had talked to the Forest Service last month, just kind of asking, since we've had years of prolonged drought, like how does that affect fall foliage in our area, especially Lost Maples area, Garner State Park, even here at the Riverwalk. We've got some pretty trees out there too. And they essentially said the same thing. The drought has weakened trees. A lot of the trees as a defense mechanism have already shed a lot of their leaves to conserve nutrients, to conserve water. But for the trees that still have their leaves close to Thanksgiving, hopefully that's when we'll really start to see some of those really pretty reds and yellows and oranges kind of appear. So yes, fingers crossed, because I know we all love our fall foliage, especially up in that area. So talking about, weather today, fog has been the big story. And if you're going to try and head out to any state parks tomorrow, we're still going to be dealing with some fog in the morning. But I think into the afternoon, we should see a little bit more sunshine, maybe a few more lingering clouds tomorrow afternoon compared to today. But temperatures are very similar, topping off near 80 degrees both afternoons. I want to show you this video here from Boerne to San Antonio this morning. This has been the scene outside, just lower cloud ceilings, that fog in place, definitely hindering visibility. Now we are starting to see some of those visibility numbers improve just a bit, but for us here in San Antonio, you can still see, looking out towards the airport, visibility down to about a mile, 62 degrees right now, and our dew point is pretty close to that. So whenever we do see the temperature and the dew point come together, that's when the air saturates and we start to see that fog form. Now, temperature wise, it is still cool in and around the San Antonio area, low 60s, some 50s though, especially north and west of Bexar County, 55 in Boerne, 58 in Rio Medina, 63 though the current temperature in Canyon Lake, and 61 on the east side in Converse. What's left of the fog, that is going to dissipate later on this morning. By lunchtime, we should start to see a little bit more sunshine. 71 degrees at noon, 79 at 3 p.m., 80 degrees expected here in the Alamo City at about 4 to 5 o'clock. And then later on this evening, we'll start to see those temperatures fall into the 70s and eventually into the upper 60s later on tonight. But here's a look at those forecast highs in and around San Antonio later on this afternoon. 82 for places like Floresville as well as Nixon, 81 out east in Seguin, 80 in Devine, as well as Hondo, 79 in Utopia. So we know that the moisture is working back in. That's why the fog is in place this morning, and that's not going anywhere over the next several days. In fact, dew points are actually expected to climb as we continue to see those south winds pump in more of that Gulf moisture. So because of that, as we were just talking about, I think tomorrow morning, if you're stepping out for church or just any breakfast plans with friends or family, do plan on taking it easy out there on the roads there as well. Some additional areas of patchy fog, some of which dense, are expected before that then dissipates yet again by late Sunday morning. But temperatures are going to be very similar to what we're seeing out there today, starting off near about 60 degrees tomorrow morning, 80 for the forecast high. After that, though, that warming trend really starts to take over. So we're in the low 80s on Monday, mid 80s already by Tuesday and Wednesday. So a lot different than what we were looking at last week after we saw that really strong cold front work its way in. Now temperatures are trending warmer than average, but we are expecting our next cold front to move in sometime late next week in the Thursday and Friday time frame. That once again looks to drop temperatures and spark up a few rain chances. So we'll talk a little bit more in depth about that in the next half hour, and also fall back tonight. Daylight saving time ends. We'll also take a look at how our sunrise and sunset times are going to be impacted here in town.
I love it.
I'm excited for the extra hour of sleep. I know some people are really not excited about it getting dark a lot earlier.
I actually like that it gets dark earlier.
To me, it just reminds me of the holidays, and like it just puts, it's cozy season. Get inside with your blanket. I mean, maybe not this week, it's gonna be warm.
So for all of you watching, you get an extra hour of sleep. Make sure to set the alarms. If you have an iPhone, it'll probably do it for you.
Do it all, yeah, it's automatic now.
Exactly.
All right.
Thank you, Mia.
Thank you, Mia. Time now, 9:16, 62 degrees out.
Max, what do we have coming up?
Oh my goodness, we got Friday night football. We have the best tackles, touchdowns, interceptions in and around our area. We're gonna have all the highlights in just a few moments. Good morning and welcome back. All right, we had a lot of Friday Night Lights last night. So We're going to get started. A bit of wild start to the game. Reagan built an 8-0 lead thanks to 2 field goals. And look at that. Block field goal, block punt, resulting in a safety. We love safeties. They don't happen enough. That was sophomore Cole Higbee with the block. Second quarter, though, Rattlers on the goal line. The ball is fumbled. Brandeis senior DB Jacob Voss recovering it immediately, and he will go all the way. No stopping him there. Fumble recovery, 97 yards for a touchdown. Broncos trailing by a point, but Reagan not letting up. Brad Jackson, quick pass. Ooh, Big Mike, 52 yards to the house. No one's even near him. Look at that, making it 15-7. Reagan poured it on from there, defeating Brandeis 39-7. The Rattlers feeling all the emotion after finishing the regular season undefeated. All right, Alamo Heights also in a position to finish out the regular season undefeated, but Sam Houston, another top team in District 14 5A D2, not going down easy. So let's roll the highlights. First quarter, Mules senior quarterback Colin Ernst calling his own number, muscling his way in for a touchdown. Looking like Jalen Hurts out there. Alamo Heights leads 7-0. Mules looking to score again. Ernst going to the air. Look at that spiral, beautiful, wide open. Michael Terry, the third in the end zone. The Hurricanes came in a 2-possession game at half, but when all said and done, Alamo Heights coming out of the season with a record unblemished. They ended up winning 52-21. All right, Brackenridge and Highlands squaring off at Alamo Stadium for their season finale. Look at that, Highlands running back Mateo Rodriguez, and he found the gap, refuses to go down. He turns this into an 18-yard run. That'll lead to a 6-yard score. Oh, Romeo Garza finding Sebastian Leyva in the end zone for the score. And in the end, Highlands wins 19-9. So last week of regular season, and you're not going to the playoffs. Might as well go out with a bang. That's what Madison Mavericks are thinking when they ran onto the field at Comalander Stadium, but they're taking on 6th-ranked Johnson Jaguars, who are looking for a 9-win season for the first time in 2 years. Johnson, though, striking first, handing off Lauren Johnson, who finds a space on the outside, and he takes it in for a score. Johnson finishing the regular season with a 55-38 win over Madison. And over at Heroes, where the Roosevelt student section was rocking, the Rough Riders hosting Marshall. Brennan Carroll may be one of the smaller dudes on the field, but you need a grown man to bring him down. He could not be stopped, taking it all the way to the end zone. Oh my goodness, look at that, weaving in and out. Oh, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Look at this. He's on the outside, and he's just jogging in, just untouched. Marshall made it close, but Roosevelt ended up winning 39-33. God, love Friday Night Lights. All right, time now, 9:22, 62 degrees.
I love Texas Eats. You have a chance to win tickets to Wurstfest, and David Elder is going to show us some delicious food items that will maybe want to motivate you to win those tickets.
I just want to go on over to Wurstfest. Look at that, it's delicious.
Okay, so then the next part of the process is I'm going to grab some sauerkraut.
Woo! Let's go!
And then we're going to take this sandwich, I'm going to slide it over to this cutting board. A little bit more of our special sauce has got to go on it.
Yeah, let's go.
And then we put a little bit of horseradish sauce, and then I'm going to let you do the honors of cutting the sandwich.
Oh, let's go.
So
okay.
let's put the top on there.
This looks so fantastic. Thank you for showing us how you make the Reuben sandwiches out here. That's the cross section right there of this Reuben sandwich, and this is the bite. Here we go.
Grandma's old recipe.
Thank you, Grandma.
I'm going to take a guess and say that you love sauerkraut.
I love Reuben's. Sauerkraut, I wouldn't eat it alone. I'll eat it on a Reuben and a hot dog.
Vinegar. You like pickled things.
Love
like
pickled things,
vinegars.
yeah. But I don't like pickles. Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
a whole
gosh, you're
thing.
so
I know.
picky.
I'm really not. It's just pickles. I'm picky when it comes to pickles.
You're in San Antonio, you don't like pickles?
I don't know what the correlation between San Antonio and pickles has.
Oh my gosh.
Is there like a pickle thing I'm missing here?
Me and I will fill you in.
Okay, she's laughing, so I don't know if it's at me or at you, but I'm really intrigued. All right,
At you, 100% she's laughing at you.
9:27.
She would never laugh at me.
Never. We'll be right back. Good morning, welcome back, and happy weekend. 9:30 this morning. It is Saturday, November 4th. Sarah Costa is back, so we know
Hi.
you had a vacation weekend, and then last weekend you had Muertos Fest.
I was at Muertos Fest. We had a great special that aired on Wednesday. And if you haven't watched it, check it out on KSAT.com. Hey, earlier, before the break, we were talking about pickles.
Okay.
Max,
We're bringing this back.
Max doesn't like pickles. And I was
Okay.
like, you're in South Texas. And I was like, pickles are a thing in South Texas, right, Mia? Back me up here.
Yes, we definitely grew up like just eating pickles all the time. I feel like at sporting events.
You just get a pickle or
Yeah.
I've been to a
Kool-Aid.
few sporting events in the numerous years I've lived here, and never at a Spurs game have I seen pickles for
now
sale.
you're gonna notice it now.
Okay.
And they're dipped in the Kool-Aid or chamoy.
Yes, I remember getting those a lot growing up too. The whole commercial break was just essentially a
Your
conversation
teeth basically
about this.
dissolve.
Yes, there's a lot of pickles. Anyways, switching gears now to a look at the pollen count. I do want to get you this info. Good news when it comes to the pollen count to kick off the weekend. Mold's the only allergen present, and they are low at 290. So that is great. What hasn't been so great, the lowered visibilities in and around San Antonio. Still low 60s because we're not really seeing a ton of sunshine here just yet. Calm winds as well helping that fog stay in place. Here's the latest visibility values in Bexar County. Stretching eastward, Gonzales improving, now up to 3 miles, still not great, but we are starting to see these values trend better in the right direction, and that's still going to be the theme here over the next couple of hours. This fog eventually is going to dissipate, and once we do see some more sunshine take back over, temperatures are going to crank up because of that. A little bit warmer than what we saw this past week, 71 at lunchtime, and then later on this afternoon by about 4 to 5 o'clock, we've got a forecast high temperature focused around that 80-degree mark. Now, looking ahead to the back half of the weekend tomorrow, very similar temperature-wise as well. Starting off near 60 with a high near about 80 degrees. Some morning fog as well as cloud cover is expected because the humidity is working its way back into the area, and that is also going to continue into next week. The humidity will build, temperatures will warm, approaching the mid-80s by Tuesday and Wednesday. Pretty dry in terms of actual rain chances, but our next cold front looks to work in just ahead of next weekend. Yes, that does look to bring with it some cooler temperatures and also some slightly better chances for rain. So we'll talk about that, get you the details on what we'll be monitoring in the days ahead coming up in just a little bit later.
Thank you, Mia. New this morning, a man is waking up in the hospital after a night out ended with a shootout. So this happened at 11 last night on the intersection of Austin Highway and Perrin Vital. SAPD say 2 men in their 60s got into some type of fight at a bar in the area, and that fighting then continued onto the streets. Once police showed up, they found the 2 men with gunshot wounds. One of them was pronounced dead at the scene, and the other was taken to BAMC in stable condition. Currently, he is claiming self-defense. It's unclear why the fighting started and if the 2 men knew each other.
Also new this morning, a husband waiting for his wife to get off work. Well, that man is now fighting for his life. So this happened around 3 this morning. This is at the IHOP on East Commerce Street near the Riverwalk. Police there are saying the husband was at the restaurant to pick up his wife from work when a fight broke out between 2 men inside. The man then left. The husband went to wait in his car. That's when 2 suspects pulled up next to the victim, shot him 5 times, then left the scene. So the victim taken to BAMC at last check with life-threatening injuries. Police are working to figure out who these 2 men are. If you have any information that can help investigators, you're asked to call SAPD immediately. And speaking of SAPD, they did make an arrest in the suspect accused of shooting a security guard at North Star Mall. Remember, this was the situation that had police cars and police lights flooding North Star just a few nights ago. Take a look at your screen. This is 52-year-old Eduardo Sanchez Jr. He's one of 3 people accused of shoplifting at Macy's on Halloween night. An arrest affidavit says Sanchez began struggling with security guards, allegedly shooting one of them in the leg. The guards also then tried to arrest another man and woman with Sanchez. Those 2 got away. A Halloween night shooting is the 3rd incident involving a gun at North Star Mall in less than 6 months.
The clock is ticking as a 3rd special session comes to an end this Tuesday. Governor Greg Abbott is calling for legislation on COVID-19 restrictions, school choice, and border security. So the 3 bills on border security are moving through the legislature. Senate Bill 4 increases penalties for human smuggling crimes. House Bill 4 will allow police to apprehend those crossing illegally into Texas. And House Bill 6 funds the continued construction of the border wall. Several political science professors say state rights could come into question.
Legal precedents are that the federal government is in charge and has exclusive domain over immigration.
That's been pretty well established by the Supreme Court.
These professors say it's likely the legislation would be challenged if they do become law.
Former President Donald Trump and his daughter Ivanka Trump expected to take the stand next week in the New York Attorney General's civil fraud trial against the former president. And this comes just days after Eric Trump had his testimony heard.
Here's ABC senior investigative reporter Aaron Katursky with what's in store for the former president.
Former President Trump is spending the weekend preparing to testify at the civil fraud trial that threatens his family real estate business. His sons, Don Jr. and Eric Trump, spent days on the witness stand denying they were involved in preparing the financial documents that inflated their father's net worth by as much as $2 billion.
We've never defaulted on a loan. We've got some of the greatest properties in the world.
In court, Eric Trump was shown documents he signed that certified the accuracy of Trump's financial statements. His name appeared on an email discussing the value of Mar-a-Lago, and a Trump Organization executive asked him about the value of Seven Springs, a 200-acre estate in Westchester County, so I can use it for your dad's financial statements. Eric Trump also testified he left the specifics to others. I don't think I'd be so nitty-gritty that I focused on details like this. This is just not what an executive at my level focuses on.
The last couple of days have gone great. You know why they've gone great? Because we haven't done a damn thing wrong.
He said he and his brother were dragged into the case by their father's political enemies as collateral damage. Their sister Ivanka will testify too.
Do you swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God? I do.
Like her brothers, Ivanka Trump, who is not a defendant in the case, also denies involvement in the financial statements, as she said in her videotaped deposition.
I've never said of course he has financial, the company has, we have tons of financial statements, but it doesn't help me recall anything specific beyond what is written here, no.
Ivanka Trump will testify Wednesday, but the most anticipated testimony comes Monday, when former President Trump takes the stand. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
Well, the United States announcing that they're sending a $425 million assistance package to Ukraine. Secretary of State Antony Blinken announced this military aid to Ukraine during his trip to Israel and the Middle East on Friday. It comes as the Biden administration struggles to get more funding to assist Ukraine through Congress. The package will supply Ukraine with weapons and laser-guided munitions to counter drone strikes.
Americans are losing confidence in the economy. For the third straight month, the Conference Board's Consumer Confidence Index fell. It's at its second lowest level this year, landing just above May's reading. According to the Conference Board, Americans are concerned about rising prices, the political situation, and higher interest rates. All this despite an economy that grew in the third quarter.
So speaking of the economy, the U.S. economy did add about 150,000 jobs last month. Here's the thing. It's actually below expectations. October's job growth came in below September, stronger than expected. 297,000 jobs, almost double what we saw in October. The resiliency of the labor market has actually helped to keep consumer spending strong and has helped our economy churn. However, Federal Reserve officials, they're hoping for more of a slowdown. That way, it can help rein in inflation. Time now, just about 9:40, 62 degrees.
We'll be right back. Welcome back. We wanted to give you a look at this year's Turkeys for Teachers event happening right now at the First Smart Credit Union's office on Gold Canyon Drive. Lots of excitement out there. Photographer Alexis is there, so this is a live look. And we heard the Spurs coyote just arrived, but also, we have the rhino from the zoo there greeting people.
So this is fun. It's a great family-friendly event. Here's the awesome part, though. 1,000 turkeys are being given away to the first 1,000 teachers who sign up. So many organizations making this event possible. Spurs Sports and Entertainment, Trusted Capital Group, and this is my favorite part, the Lonnie Walker Foundation. Even though he is no longer a Spur, he is still helping out the people in and around our community.
Thank you, San Antonio teachers, for everything that you do. And us here at KSAT hope y'all enjoy those turkeys. I want to see the coyote. I want to see him. He's a big deal.
He is a big deal.
I think Wemby might have just knocked him down as the #1 celebrity of the sports
literally
organization.
looks down upon the coyote. Yeah. All right, so obviously we're talking about turkeys. That's because Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and experts are saying this holiday travel season is going to be a blockbuster.
A record number of Americans are expected to fly between Thanksgiving and the start of the new year.
ABC's transportation correspondent Gio Benitez explains how to be the travel expert in your family this season.
This morning, we are just weeks away from what could be the busiest holiday travel season ever. Experts predicting nearly half of Americans will travel between Thanksgiving and mid-January. American Airlines expecting to fly 500,000 more passengers than last year, adding more flights for the winter. United Airlines also preparing for its busiest holiday travel season.
We've added about 500,000 seats to help ensure that we're ready. We're going to have about 3,900 flights every day. That averages out to about 3 flights a minute.
The travel app Hopper recommending anyone who plans to travel for the holidays to book now.
If you haven't booked your flights for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, prices will rise from here until the holidays on average, meaning there will be fewer deals available, especially as flights sell out.
And the best ways to save money on flights?
Flying on cheaper days of the week around the holidays can save you hundreds. If you depart on the Monday before Thanksgiving, and you skip that Sunday return and you come back Monday after the holiday, you could save upwards of 40%, over $200 on your airfare.
And there's good news for travelers. Flight cancellations are at their lowest in years, just 1.7% in the first 8 months of the year. So the best advice I can give you right now is to download the Airlines app right onto your phone, because you can make the changes yourself. You don't have to wait for a customer service agent. By the way, there's something really cool happening with the Jetstream right now. It's so powerful that planes traveling eastbound to Europe and Asia, they're actually going about 200 miles per hour faster. So they're getting to their destinations faster. We've been tracking some flights here from New York to London. They've been landing about an hour ahead of schedule. So it makes a big difference. Very cool there. Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
And for November, the most affordable cities to fly to out of San Antonio Airport are Fort Lauderdale, Miami, and Orlando, with tickets at about $25 through Max's favorite airline, Spirit.
Great deal.
If you're wanting a snowy getaway, tickets to Denver are about $50 this month with Frontier Airlines.
All right, so speaking of the skies, let's take a live look out of the Alamo City. All right, the fog is starting to dissipate a little bit, Mia. Joining us this morning, dark and early, a little lighter now that the sun is out and the fog is starting to go away. Will this completely dissipate by the afternoon?
Yes, it should. And we are going to see more sunshine as well. So that trend right there, already starting to see some peaks of sunshine as these kind of lower clouds start to break up a little bit more. The fog's going to dissipate. And yeah, we're headed for about 80 degrees. So after this past week, we've been slowly warming things up since that strong cold front moved in last weekend. It's going to be a warmer than average one this weekend. But okay, so we've been talking about the holidays, and something that I think kind of reminds us a lot of holiday season, earlier sunsets.
Yes.
So here is your reminder, because I know a lot of folks are probably going to be heading out and about today, that daylight saving time ends at 2 a.m. Sunday morning. So you are going to want to set those clocks back an hour before heading to bed tonight. And this is a look at how this time change is going to impact our sunrise and sunset times here in South Central Texas. So today, our sunset slated for about 6:45 in the Alamo City, but tomorrow it will be closer to 5:44. So the sun is then going to rise and set an hour earlier. Some people very excited for the extra hour of sleep. Some people not so much that the sun is now going to be going down a bit earlier in the day. All right, taking a look at visibilities in and around South Central Texas, we are really starting to see these numbers improve, which is great news. Now up to 5 miles visibility over at SA International. Gonzales earlier essentially had no visibility, but now definitely an improvement movement up to about 7 miles. So that fog is starting to lift, but the reason why we've been having to deal with it in the first place today is because of the moisture. Dew points are up compared to where we were this time yesterday. Winds are calm. So when you combine those two things together, that's what allows the fog to form. High pressure is anchored off to our northeast. So with where we sit in relation to that high pressure system, our winds here at the surface have actually shifted back in from the south. That just opens the door for more of this Gulf moisture to work its way into the area. And that is still going to be the trend here over the next several days. These south winds just allowing more of that humidity to work its way into the area. So by the way, I do anticipate tomorrow morning and into Monday morning some more areas of patchy to even dense fog to greet you as you are stepping out for any morning plans and the morning drive. All right, taking a look at temperatures though, in the 60s now, starting to warm up, especially north and west of San Antonio, where we had the 50s in place earlier this morning. It is still cool. You'll probably want the long sleeve right now, but you're not going to need it into the afternoon because as we do see the sunshine take back over, temperatures are quickly going to warm because of that. 77 at 2 p.m., 80 degrees the forecast high here in San Antonio by about 4 to 5. Partly cloudy skies later on this evening with temperatures falling through the 70s and eventually into the upper 60s. So the general trend this afternoon, slightly cooler the farther north that you go, upper 70s expected, a little bit warmer south of San Antonio, low 80s, 82 in Pleasanton, 83 in Carrizo Springs. We are going to warm things up though. Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, we're in the mid 80s, about 10 degrees above average for this time of year. But by late next week, we see our next cold front move in, and that does look to bring with it, yes, some cooler temperatures and also a few chances for rain. So here's that setup. High pressure swings across the state over the next couple of days, so that's why we're pretty quiet here in San Antonio. But by the middle of next week, we start to see some Pacific moisture and upper level energy work in. So when you combine that with our next front moving in, that's what looks to spark up those rain and storm chances. Right now we've got it at about a 30% potential, but could be a little bit higher, especially as we fine tune the exact timing of that front. Does it move in on Thursday? Does it wait until Friday? So that's something to check back in on in the days ahead. But until then, it's just going to be warm and it's going to be muggy and pretty quiet around here, at least over the next several days.
Thank you, Mia.
Thank you, Mia. Time now just about 9:52, 62 degrees.
4 restaurants with histories of high scores got lower health inspection scores. The violations inspectors found, that's behind the kitchen door.
Wing Daddy's Sauce House, located in the 10,000 block of Petranco, earned a 78 on their September inspection. The score was quite a drop from previous inspections, including a 98 in March and a 96 1 year ago. This time around, they had deductions for a walk-in cooler that wasn't working. They were told to stop using it until it was fixed. Clean plates had sauce residue, the ice machine had a black residue inside, and there was debris on the veggie peeler. There were several roaches and flies in the business that likely got in through a gap in the back door. It appears to have been fixed.
We have to reach out to our district before we can make anything else.
Okay, thank you so much. I stopped by this week to see if they'd made more corrections, but the manager was unavailable to talk. A reinspection was ordered. Thaw For You, also in the 10,000 block of Petranco, earned an 80, which was an improvement from the 75 they had last time they were featured on BKD back in 2022. The business had made improvements since then, getting high scores on 3 previous inspections. This time, they had demerits for storing shrimp on the floor without any covering where employees were walking. The ice chute was heavily soiled. A worker was touching food with their bare hands. Candies and teas were found stored next to air fresheners and toilet cleaner. A reinspection was requested. Himalayan Kitchen, located in the 5500 block of West Loop 1604, earned an 80. They had a perfect score on their last inspection. This time, though, there were gnats in the business and on the lid of a bulk food container. The hand sinks didn't have soap and one was blocked. T-shirt bags were used to store prepared foods. The business was also told to stop using unapproved pest control chemicals. Taqueria Estrella Jalisco, located in the 8800 block of Southwest Loop 410, also earned an 80. During their inspection, shelled eggs were temping at 95 degrees. They were told to keep them refrigerated. Employees were using gloves but not washing hands between tasks. Another worker was seen touching food with bare hands. The inspector left a long list of items to be corrected by their next inspection. That's what's happening behind the kitchen door. Tim Gerber, KSAT 12 News.